Hey everybody, this is Cats and Crowbars, and thanks for tuning in. Here's your recap from last episode. Last time, the party decided to stay back and burn the bodies to send them along their way. This took the better part of the day, and at night, the party decided to finally investigate the ballista that the orcs had been shooting at them. With some not so great investigation checks, nobody could quite figure out how to work it. That is, until morning, where Volgar ends up messing with this ballista, lighting it on fire and shooting it as far as it'll go, much to the party's amazement. Sadly, we can't take it with us, and we decide to continue on our way. Along the road, we meet up with some other travelers, some knights, it seems, traveling in the opposite direction. Rather than a civil meeting, Volgar goes to greet them and nearly starts a fight if it weren't for Ophlia coming to stop them. They get the name Briarly, a chime guard, part of a military force. But there's not much to be done as everybody along the road with no news to be heard. After that, the episode took a break, and where this episode will pick up, where they come across a strange river with clockwork paddle boats. Thank you all for tuning in. I do hope you enjoy this final episode before a hiatus. Don't worry, next week I will have out an intro to my game, which will be lovingly until the group is named, called the Heartstrings. I do hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have been enjoying these episodes, and I can't wait to bring these back for you, and thank you so much for listening.
Just a bunch of strangers tied together by fate, too curious for our own good and always running late. If we don't get kicked out for starting a fight, and nobody gets turned into a potted plant tonight, we might just fight some evil and even make it out unscathed on Cats and Crowbars today.
Alright, and we're back. So, you guys have approached the Shipcombe Run. It is very busy, very wide-looking river as ships go up and down it. Various sizes and levels of activity as well as weight of cargo and people aboard. You see a queue of people at a series of short docks. What would you guys like to do?
So is this like a city next to a river? You said?
It's more like 3 or 4 buildings, a road that ends at a series of docks. Like one of those buildings is a dock house, and people seem to be queuing up next to it as boats of various sizes. Some of them are like 4-person boats. Some of them are actually large boats that seem to be loading up a carriage or two onto the back of them as they then ferry across the river. As other boats are traveling, these boats that are traveling up and down are usually much larger, including that large wheel paddle boat that you see charging its way slowly because it's going against a very strong current all the way up to the north. There also appears to be a smaller boat with a flag jutting up off the top of it in a what appears to be like a 20 or 30 foot pole. This boat is fairly small, apparently only holds 6 people. But there is a large gem on the back, and the gem touches the water and juts water out the side of it. Kind of like a jet ski.
We should try to get right on that paddleboat. I want to see if I can run along it.
We don't have time for that. We got to get to where we're going.
It might be going where we're going.
But what about the battle wagon? I doubt we can take the battle wagon with us.
Yeah, what about the battle wagon? Well, let's go up to one of these buildings and see if they have any answers, because we need to get across the water somehow.
Okay, as you guys slowly approach, You watch as one of the medium-sized boats comes across the river, docks, and a small gangplank opens up as two carriages load themselves up onto the back. But that seems to be the max capacity of that boat. The back of the plank lifts back up and then begins slowly sailing across. This one appears to be a much smaller paddle boat, like the real paddle boat. As you guys are approaching it, it takes 10 minutes to get about halfway across this large river.
Do we need to cross the river, or is it just there?
This river runs from north all the way down to the south.
Okay, so it's not our way.
So it is near way.
Oh, so okay.
You're traveling from the east.
Oh,
to
you're
the
right.
west.
You're right. So then we have to get on the paddle boat. Can it support our battle wagon?
That medium-sized ship seems to be loading up wagons.
Okay.
There's only one more wagon in the queue. The other people that are also in line appear to be being picked up by the smaller boats that can hold maybe like 5 to 10 personnel, depending on the size of the craft.
Okay.
But on this side of the river, there appears to be 3 buildings. One of them is a dock house.
Okay.
One of them appears to be a tavern / inn.
There's gotta be a tavern somewhere.
And then the other one appears to be some kind of general store.
All right, well.
Looking at the signs, the tavern / inn appears to be called the Muddy Boots. And the general store seems to be called the Stockholm.
I don't know. The Stockholm. All right. Well, all right. Let's go up, like she said, to one of the buildings.
I'll find the dock master.
Yeah, find a master of the docks.
So next to the dock, just outside of the dock house, appears to be a rather officious-looking halfling, standing about just shy of 3 feet. Kind of like a long curly mustache and a really long goatee that also goes into a swooping curl.
So a Mr. Monopoly man with a minor Fu Manchu.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty severe looking, like,
okay.
but it curls.
You can punch him.
He looks at you with a smile, and then from his breast pocket of his waistcoat, he's wearing like tall boots that don't quite meet his short shorts, so you can see a bit of thigh.
Oh my!
It's a really odd take on vaudeville riverboat captain.
I like this guy. He's a cool stash. Can't punch some
Right.
face like
All right,
that.
he goes,
Straw hat too.
all right, you lot, we've got the next one coming up. Not the carriage, no, you back up.
This thing doesn't go reverse.
He goes, all right, and he's got this like ledger that you can see it's like a gangplank. But at the top of it is like a hand crank with a roll, and the paper goes across the gangplank to another hand crank with a roll at the bottom. So he's just like writing things down, and then he cranks one of them, and it causes the other one to like shift the paper up as he then furiously writes more. He's got this small coffer, like open at the base, like of the board next to him, down at his feet. He goes, You lot, you're looking across?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Right. Miss Tifford, stand back. I told you, you're next. Stop pushing. All right. How many of you? What's your weight?
Do you have a scale for us to weigh?
How many of us are there? There's 1, 2.
No, I don't have a scale. What's your weight,
sorry.
though? You should know. Your axles would break if you didn't.
Well, wait, what'd you just say?
Can Offie try to intelligence check to see if she can remember the weight?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
I'm saying we've used stuff, we drank stuff, so it's not going to be that maximum weight, but whatever.
I'd be close to it, though. I mean,
Yeah,
ate some
we're
food.
not at maximum, but he's asking for a weight, and I know I have it written, I just don't know where.
Well, you guys are close to max weight.
19.
19. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm looking
Yeah,
at the max
we are
weight for you.
insert weight here.
Yeah, bing,
Pounds.
Bing.
We weigh about 500 stone. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it sounds good.
That's heavy as shit.
All right, well, we're heavy as shit.
It is.
All right, maybe like 50 stone.
All right.
Not
So-
that light.
All right. What type of horses do you have again? It was.
I'm going to say Clydes and Dales.
Was it draft or?
Probably
I think
whatever's
it was.
cheapest.
I remember draft, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
That sounds right, but I also
Yeah.
assume it's going to be whoever's the cheapest.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So you guys are, awfully. It tells him that you guys are somewhere around 600 to 700 pounds. He goes. All right. So for ferry across the run, for how many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
7 plus horses.
Svenny.
This will run you 50 gold pieces.
If we are representatives of the Calliope, or can't pronounce it, Calliope merchant family, is there anything that we can work out?
As you flash your little
Emblem.
emblem, make a persuasion check.
I need to learn how to pronounce that.
If word was persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
27?
27 was the natural 20.
No, it was an 18.
Nice. He gulps and then reaches for a rather ornate flask and then tucks it away, and then he looks nervously around. He goes, 40 gold pieces and fuck up.
I want to lean over to Squeege. Are we the bad guys? What's going on?
He goes,
Do you want me to ask any louder?
40 gold pieces and there won't be a mob here.
I look over the barbarian. So you wanted to fight?
Listen, 40 gold is more than reasonable.
Are you trying to intimidate him now? Make an intimidation check.
Do I get an assist on that? Or can I roll it?
I'd say because you're including him and he's starting to go ahead and make it with advantage.
Roll 2 ones. Voice cracks.
Natural 20. So 29.
29. He pulls you aside. He goes, I 30, and you're next.
All right. Hey, guys, I need 30 gold.
Here's the party
fine.
fund.
Ophelia will begrudgingly give him 30 gold, giving him that motherly look of extreme disappointment.
Even I'm a
I
little
am from a
disappointed.
merchant family. Anytime that we can save money, we save money.
40 was more than enough to...
I got us almost half price and next in line.
Hey, I approve. of his
Even
methods.
I'm a little disappointed. I like money.
Ophelia will look at the
Listen,
doctor
you
and say,
show me
I
your words.
apologize.
I don't. I don't.
What?
I don't apologize.
He is apologizing on their
serious?
behalf.
Yeah, he's looking a little off-put, slightly red in the face, and nervously glancing around to make sure that that nobody's like noticing, and then he goes as the paddle boat comes back. He goes, no, sorry. I know I said you were next, but official business. As he's like, pushing them aside. No.
That's a really bad idea.
And is he like, this old woman's like screaming that she has to see her kids? He goes, I don't care, they can wait another hour. As he like ushers you guys to the front, you guys...
I feel dirty, but okay.
Oh, it's going to be even worse in a few minutes if I do what I'm thinking about doing.
Right. The boat slowly comes to a stop. Some young hands throw ropes over the pegs, pulls it back. There's the sound of gears grinding as people are grabbing handles on large cog wheels and lowering the gate down. Your carriage goes on last, but there's only one in front of you, but you will be the first to come off.
Well, that's good. Right?
Okay.
Well, that everyone else feels dirty. Actually, something accomplished.
He speaks quietly to the owner of the tugboat, and then just trots off the back and just get him on, and the gate just comes up, just ching 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 ching.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna give him a quiet little whisper. Go. They'll hear pleasant things about you.
And then like he like shudders, and then like you see him like muttering to himself as he walks off the plank. And he takes another heavy swig off of that flask that you see, and it just quickly gets tucked away into his little vest pocket.
You'll let him know.
No.
Still didn't get punch anyone, but
I was asking you. Excuse me.
All right, you guys make your way across the river. The breeze is fairly nice.
I was thinking about using prestidigitation to put the symbol of my family right by the boat when we left.
Oh, jeez, that would be awful.
I know.
Aklia would be playing her viol just as they're crossing the river, very pointedly ignoring Lesnalor and Voldar.
Yeah. I'm going to ignore them too.
You don't need to ignore the barbarian. The bard is the
why.
reason why.
I don't even know what's going on, but I don't like him anymore either.
I never liked him.
Oh!
Hey, sometimes you just need to flex.
How wide is this river?
This river is a couple of miles wide, maybe like 2 or 3. So it doesn't take too long to cross, but roughly like 20 minutes from one side to the other on this boat.
Okay.
But you can look over the side, and it's very fast moving. So it
sounds good. Moving on.
Yeah, you absolutely need a boat to cross.
Before he does something stupid. Alright, sounds good. Are we there yet?
I don't know why you say you're so stupid.
Are we there yet?
Also, you can't see the bottom.
So?
Just in case.
You think he cares? You think I do?
Alright, you guys cross, and without much event or hurry, a proud Leslinor leading the charge off the boat. He's guiding the horses down the ramp and onto the other side.
First off the boat and almost half off.
Alright. Let's keep heading west.
Well, what's on this other side? Is there a general store and everything?
That was on the other side.
Yeah, I was on the other side apparently.
Okay.
I thought it was on this side too, and then I realized once we walked into the boathouse, I was on this side. But
I mean, on this side should be Syndrome. Because we had Stockholm on the other, it should be Syndrome on this side.
Yeah.
No. There is I would say there is one lone building. It is another tavern/inn. This one is the Fast Run Inn.
Do we?
How much more meat?
We don't need an inn, do we?
Oh, I need a general store, but we should bought some more food.
Yeah.
No, whatever. We still got a shit ton of rations.
Yeah, we got all of the rations. And Sevenier doesn't need to eat, so
I can go kill some more stuff.
yeah, and he can kill more stuff.
Get deer or elk. We need something with a little bit more meat on it.
Oh, I liked groundhog stew. It's better than I expected.
Yeah.
So
Groundhog Stew's the best.
we'll just be continuing then. We're not going to stop off at the inn.
Yeah, I don't, unless anyone wants
What
to.
time is it currently?
It's somewhere around like 3 o'clock.
Maybe we can get a
Either
little ways in.
sleep in a bed, travel for like another 4 hours, and sleep on the ground.
I mean, I sleep in the carriage. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure Squeech sleeps under the carriage. Squeech doesn't care.
Squeech gives no fucks.
Well,
If you want to sleep at the inn, we can stay at the inn. It takes just an extra 5 minutes out of our time anyway, so.
Well, 4 hours of travel, still 4 hours of travel.
That's what I was saying. Get a head start or stay, your choice.
yeah. 4 hours of travel is 4 hours of travel.
Alright,
It's
4
also
hours of
cheaper.
travel. And it's cheaper too, so I agree.
Okay, so now that you're on the other side of the river, you guys can go to normal pace or a faster pace.
I mean, you might as well just go
Normal.
to normal.
Okay.
Don't want to kill the
I don't
horses.
feel like rolling
Gotta go
anything.
fast.
You're too slow.
Okay, so continuing on the road, or you guys can go off road. The road appears to wind a little bit, so it might add time to your travel.
Are the horses
So going
equipped?
off-road could damage the carriage.
I was gonna say, are the
hurt
horses equipped with all-wheel drive? Because if not, then I think we should probably stay on the road.
Like all terrain.
Oh yeah, these all-terrain
The
horses.
road is my boat.
Yeah, let's stay on the road.
Okay, yeah, the horses will be fine. It's your carriage that might not be.
I'm gonna do a little wandering, try to find some game.
Okay, make a survival check.
Ooh, survival. What you got?
I think that's a 15, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 15.
15. On this side of the river, at least this bit, it's a little sparse on the game. You see off in the distance a herd of large animals, but as you're approaching, they get skittish and keeps staying out of your range. So you end up scavenging for roots and tubers.
I'm muddled all the way back to the camp. If I had my ballista, I could have shot them.
Oh my gosh! Did you at least bring some roots and tubers back with you?
You actually do get quite a haul. Portions of this area are wetland, so you get a lot. Lots of carrots, potatoes, turnips.
Yeah, well, turnips and whatever, but
A
carrots and
lot
potatoes.
of hardy things. A couple of thrush tubers and cottontails. If you boil those before they actually bloom, they actually make kind of a nutty,
earthy tone, if you will. So it sounds like you're trying to describe it at
I'll
least.
take all that back and
Yeah.
give it to him.
It's kind of
And
like
like
eating the corn dog without the meat in
Yeah.
it.
I'm completely disappointed, but I give him all the food my food eats, and
I
go back to.
I imagine it's kind of like taking a cat tail and putting it in the oven and heating up and then trying to eat that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's cattail.
Oh, okay.
So how many pounds of greens?
About 5 is how much you could carry because it's pretty bushily, but it's enough to feed everybody for the day.
That's
I was
good.
gonna make a
Stew.
elk and potato soup.
Or soup.
All right,
Elk and tater soup.
go ahead and
Oh boy,
roll.
taters.
Baked potato.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
That's a 19.
19. For the next day, you'll have 2 temporary HP.
Okay.
And plus your proficiency for endurance checks.
Endurance?
Let's go faster.
Gotta go fast.
Well, that's for you, not the horses, unfortunately.
Oh.
What would we feed the
Eat
horses?
this elk horse. Why does this horse not eat the elk?
Yeah, why don't we just feed the horse? If we starve them, they'll eat it eventually. It's just skin and bones. Eat the elk. All right, so we travel 4 hours into the afternoon, evening.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Continuing on, next several days are fairly uneventful. So let's just go ahead and give me another, culinary check. Awfully, give me another Arcana check as you continue working on your project. Anybody else working on anything during downtimes?
I'm just preening my fur. That's all.
Just practicing my jumping and attacking at the same time.
Oh my god.
So what'd you get, Les?
Okay, Offie got...
Nope, no, go for it, Offie.
First? Okay, Offie got 18.
Okay. You're making good progress over the next several days.
7.
Cool.
7. Unfortunately, you're starting to run out of materials. You wish you'd stopped by that general store.
Yeah, I did.
But luckily, Volgar is able to bring stuff to at least maintain it. You're running out of spices, so you're running out of ways to make it, like, the food interesting, and it's just starting to be repetitive. But you can't seem to get that...
He has that bag of spice.
The magic bag of all spice.
Right. Again, even with spices, it's like the lack of other ingredients is still getting a little repetitive.
How many ways can you make potato?
Yeah. The allspice can only fix so many things.
You're all out of potatoes, all out of elk.
Okay.
You're down to your last 3 pounds of greens. By the time, off in the distance, you see what looks to be 3 large ships floating in the air, just lazily moving up and down.
Meandering.
You see to the north west a mountain range that continues west out of sight. Smoke, a smoke haze at least you can see, and the gray outlines of a wall. At this distance, it must be massive.
It must be the Windshire Wall. Or whatever. It is Windshire, right?
Yeah, the Windshire Wall.
Hey guys, you think it's the Windshire Wall?
We'll get there eventually.
Is that a yes or a no?
Eventually.
Alright.
Bet you I can jump it.
Oh my god.
I bet you I'll put some back one on someone's food.
Is that the Great Wall of Windshire?
You know, probably some rotting back one on that spell component pouch that we found.
What did you say?
Oh, I'm just looking at the bag holdings, like spell component pouch, mint, licorice, and back guano. I'm like, that's probably rotting right now.
I forgot about the back guano. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's off. It's an Offie's.
Oh good, you got the back guano. I'm glad I don't.
Yeah,
Alright.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Don't worry
I thought it was
about it.
me.
It smells delicious.
I thought it was just the smell of the infernal.
It's so good.
Hey, anybody want some pudding?
I do, actually.
I got a
You
whole
won't
jar
give it
of
to
it.
me. Alright, what's next? Where are we at?
So, you guys camp for the night. You guys take shifts, and in the morning you set off. You guys continue towards it, and by noon, you're starting to see the wall finally beginning to grow.
I still jump it.
No.
He says that at noon, but by 4 o'clock when you're getting closer, you're starting to go, oh, maybe I shouldn't, I couldn't jump that.
Oh no.
I can jump and climb it.
He says that, but by 6 o'clock when it's time to stop, you're still not close enough. Make perception checks.
Perceptive looks. I'm not good at this anyways.
Everyone?
Yeah. Offie
Everybody?
is good.
You guys are broken down for the night.
That's a 5.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say? Awfully?
Oh, Offie got a 4.
You got
Super
4?
average today. I got 11.
I'm guessing that was a 5.
Got 13.
You said perception?
Yeah, 5.
Yep.
I got an 18.
18. with an 18, you can actually see smaller campfires bustling at the bottom of this massive wall. In the fading sunlight, you can see that the haze around the wall is a bunch of like campfires as well as like probably oven fires. And something else that you can't quite identify. The wall that you can see is very massive, stony gray, but you can also see what appears to be copper or brass veins across it.
So we need to find a way across/through this wall, I assume, right? Because Eris is on the other side of the wall, right?
We have a writ.
Yeah, but where do we go? Like, I can't just slap the wall with the writ and expect it to
Just
open.
look for a big door.
All right. Are we looking for a big door? Are we near any of these camps? Can we go talk to some people?
You guys are a few miles away.
You guys are too brash and stupid, so no.
You guys are a few miles away. It is 6 o'clock. You guys can press forward.
No,
if
it's
you want.
fine. We'll meet people tomorrow too. It's fine. I just don't know where we're going exactly. I mean, I know we made it to the wall, so I'm just trying to figure out where to go at the wall is all.
Okay.
It's too dark, so it doesn't matter anyway.
All right, so you guys break down for camp. You basically finish off the rest of your food that you guys have. You're now down to whatever Volgar can.
Well, we also have all the rations.
Yeah,
Right. Well, also rations.
But no one wants rations.
Thank goodness Volgar was able to slow the consumption of your food. A bit of it did have to be thrown away because it was,
It's been several days.
Yeah, it was rotting. So.
It was ripening.
Yeah, ripening. It was aged.
Yeah, that's
like a fine
cheddar
milk.
Like a fine milk.
Yeah, like a fine. I was gonna say like a fine yogurt, but okay.
But you guys rest for the evening. Nothing really happens. The next day, you guys wake up bright and early. You see, campfires, and every now and then a small little contrail, and then a small explosion of some kind of colored smoke.
Okay. So, goblins or something, I don't know.
Or people celebrating, or
I hear him say goblins and I get excited.
Or halflings. Halflings are kind of adventurous as well. All right.
Ostentatious, I think you mean.
Yeah. That's a word.
Get less excited when he says halflings.
Okay, so we'll start walking to the wall.
All right. So, you break down camp, cook. Are you cooking anything? This is your very last chance. You're basically down to nothing, so it'll be with disadvantage.
I'll try. You never know.
Found an old boot and you can see this leather cooks up.
Desperate.
12.
12. It tastes good. You're not making too much progress, but you're fairly along. So, at least it tastes good. It'll fill you up for a while.
Doesn't taste like ration.
No. Nothing tastes like ration. Everything
Better than
beats
nothing.
it. Yeah. Sometimes
There's a
starvation.
difference between ration and food.
Yeah.
But you make it to the outside of the wall. You see, stretching for about 4 miles away from the wall is this massive shantytown.
That sounds safe.
Just whatever structures that they could build out of broken carts and crates, wagon tarps, anything that they could scavenge from traders moving through and what they had grabbed and brought with them. There is a gathering around this massive wooden door about 50 feet high, about 100 feet high and about 50 feet wide. Huge, like they barely just planed the sides of trees to make part of it look flat. There's no idea how thick this door is. Huge bands of metal running up and down it, bolted to each of these trees, made planks. Atop there, you can see a bustle of guard like running back and forth. 3 giant airships patrol lazily through the sky up over the wall. There also appears to be some sort of metal tubing running along the outside of the wall at random intervals in random patterns, all leading up to the top where they terminate in what looks to be horns. Like brass instrument horns. Like that kind of horn.
Like, okay. Not like Ophelia's horns.
Yeah, not like pointed horns for gouging, more like pointed horns for jazz music.
Oh, for jazzing. Got it.
Jazzing, okay. Well, I'd say we quickly pick up what we need while we're in a town, and...
If that qualifies as a town.
Yeah. Walking up and down the streets, you see some people in fine clothes. Most of them seem to be huddled around the buildings, which look better than the rest of the shanty town. Like they're actually built out of proper materials. Carts are stopped outside the gate. People in fine clothes are patronizing all these establishments. Guards in the same type of armor that you saw. That one elf that you had encountered before are stopping to chat with them, smiles upon their faces as they all talk, and then they go about their business. But the further away from the gate that you get, the more run down and grubby everything seems to get.
Of course.
Welcome to the Windshire Wall.
I assume we want to find somewhere that's a little bit nicer to buy and trade and barter.
Is there a grocery store?
Yeah.
Make an investigation. Take me to the Kanehide, s'il vous plaît.
Alright, Ophelia, what are you doing?
Ophelia's going to look for spell components.
Make an investigation check.
16.
16?
I'm good at investigating.
Or you can use charisma.
I have expertise in investigation.
Well, while she figures out her totals, looking around, there are lots of greengrocers as well as exotic meat and fruit merchants. Most of them are as close as the guards apparently let them get to the road leading up to the front gate.
I feel like investing in a bag of colding.
Huh?
I feel like investing into a bag of colding.
Good luck.
I know.
Okay. They're not actually that rare.
Yeah, they're expensive though.
Yeah, they are. Looking around, you do find several people who are selling exotic spices from all kinds of places. Some fruit, apparently drug up from the Stockholm run.
Just give me a slight little chuckle.
Sorry, the Shipcombe run. Shipcombe run.
Give me a slight little chuckle after the discount that I got.
Yeah. Yeah, you see some meat that you don't recognize, fish that you don't recognize, all kinds of exotic things.
Are the meats already butchered, or do I have to do that myself?
Some of them are already in, flank steaks and whatnot. Others are just full carcass, but they're skinned and gutted.
Alright.
At least the ones next to the road are.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just want to stock up. Probably buy the meats when we leave so it's a little bit fresher, but the greens and spices I can get now, at least. They'll last a little bit longer.
Okay, so you're going to go for greens, you said?
The greens and spices.
Beans and spices. Okay. You find one wizened old woman who's got barrels of different kinds of spices. Some of them look like you see the barrels there, but there seems to be a shelf next to them with the unground component, like above it, so you can see what it looks naturally.
Why is there a child in that tube? What's going on here?
She goes, it's a somewhat jolly halfling woman with a gnomish business partner in the back. He appears to be next to a grinding stone as he's pushing some kind of nut through the grinding wheel. She goes, "Hey, oh, hey, oh, hi. How can I help you?"
Well, I was thinking about stocking up with some spices, and some of these I'm not too familiar with, so I'm kind of curious about them.
Oh, perfect. As she points to something that looks kind of like a really gnarled, like daikon radish. You know, daikon radishes are kind of like straight and white with kind of hairs. This one appears to be like tied up in knots, and grubby looking, and the hairs seem to be like kind of like slowly like just crawling over each other. This right here is called Wizard Root. She looks around, you watch as the guard passes by. She goes, and she does the hand over the side of her mouth to cover it from some people, but not other people. She goes, yeah. Says if you prepare this properly, make you a bit wiser.
I know quite a few people who I travel with who could love a little bit of wisdom.
If that doesn't catch your fancy over here, we've got knocker nut. And over there, it looks kind of like a double chamber walnut, and she picks it up and she just shakes it and it goes clang 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 like it's metal on the inside.
It's a little too exotic for me.
She goes, this right here. You prepare this one. Well, actually, you don't even have to prepare it. You throw it, and anybody who's caught in a small radius goes deaf. A very small radius, mind you. You basically have to hit them. But if you prepare it in a meal, it can prevent such a occurrence.
You die. That sounds useful.
This over here, sandroot. Essentially, down from the south. If you eat this, if you prepare it right, gives you resistance against cold for a short period of time. At least I've been told. I just know that it flushes the body.
Flushes the body.
Do you have any books that talk about how to prepare these correctly?
Sorry, no.
There's only one way to find out.
Normally I just sell my normal spices, but you said that you were looking for something interesting.
Well, I want to stock up with normal. I'm just actually curious about the exotic ones you have.
Well, these are the three I have.
How much for a small supply of all three?
How much is a small supply?
So, one meal of the... shoot, I already dropped the name, sorry.
There's Weizenroot,
Weizenroot. Weizenroot is 10 gold per serving. The next one
was the knocker nut, I thought.
Knocker nut is only 1 gold per serving.
I don't know what the last one was. I can't remember that one. I'm sorry.
Essentially or something?
Huh?
Essentially, or something similar to that?
Yeah. It was the cold resistance one. That one is 3 gold per serving.
Maybe some other time.
I mean, gonna take some knocker nut? That sounds kind of cool. It's only a gold to deafen people. I mean, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, a gold to deafen somebody.
They
Forever?
also have the spell that does the same thing.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't want any of them either. I'm just saying that the gold for a deafening sounds kind of like a good deal to me, but I also don't know how much is in the party funds exactly.
We have
I have
plenty in the
questions.
party funds, and I would imagine Ophia's going around with everybody.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
Just
fine.
go off on her
So
own.
she
I'm going to
has
buy 2
My
servings
questions are: is it forever?
of
And do
both
they
the
know?
knocker nut and
The
which,
gold.
the
Appreciate
gold one
it.
was 3 gold piece.
No,
Yes.
do they know that
2
you
servings of that, 2
No.
servings of
Because
knocker
you
nut
could
for
use
8
that to
gold.
sneak around.
so
If they see
the
it.
the prepared
If not.
ones you grab. So shoot, how much did you say of the knocker nut?
About 2 knocker and
How
2
much gold do I got on me?
Okay.
2. That's a total of 8 gold
Yeah,
altogether,
8 gold.
and that's for my personal stash.
So if you want the knocker nut in its unprepared form, she only has 5 nuts for display.
Oh, nuts.
So you can only purchase 5 gold worth of the unprepared stuff. And that's the kind you can throw at somebody.
I kind of want some of those deafening nuts
I'd
too.
rather protect than deafen.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
You can have the prepared. I'll take the unprepared gladly.
Okay.
That's
5.
fine. You said 5 unprepared.
5 unprepared. That's 5 gold.
Let me type that in real quick, because I got 74 on me, so I can just knock that out real quick.
So
Knock that out.
yeah, knocker nut. It's a Constitution saving throw, DC 12.
I have no idea where to type that in, so I'll put it in notes. Extras. I'll put it in extras.
Yep, knocker
How do
nut.
I
You
how
have
do I
5.
add something here? Manage extras? Current extras? Oh my god. Add an extra.
Food stuff.
All right. Anybody else doing that or doing anything while?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out.
Ophlia was spell components.
Mm-hmm. What was your investigation?
Did you, did you say investigation or charisma?
Yes,
or
I
was it
did.
Just investigation.
So it's investigation or charisma.
I like my charisma score better than my investigation score. So, that is a 21.
21. Okay. So, gathering about the shanty towns, even looking at some of the people going up and down, trying to queue up for the gate, you find at least one shop who's doing business. The sign outside the shop is too weather worn for you to see what it says. But what you can make out says it is really illegible, but what it looks like is something droppings, and you're pretty sure that's a typo.
You're
Just
hoping
going
it's a
to magic
typo.
store?
Yeah.
I wanted to go with her on that one.
Okay.
I'm shopping for magic.
I'm probably just going to test my
But
knocker
okay.
notes on Squeege.
Alrighty. So. Alright, so inside is a half-elf. It's a... Amongst the shanty establishments outside the Windshire Wall, this one's one of the nicer ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly decent sized. It's definitely slightly bigger than the one that you saw in shoot.
In
Forest Forward? Right?
Yeah, Force Ford.
Ford. Something Ford.
Yeah,
and
Forced
I don't
Ford.
remember Tonka ran it, so.
Yep, Tonka ran the shop in Force Ford. So, inside it's musty smelling, kind of settling dust. Wood smoke seems to prevail the outside of the wall. Occasionally you hear the clanking of wood chimes as you see troops of guards marching up and down different places, talking to people. But so far, nobody seems to be paying attention to you. Inside, you see the halfling woman. She goes, "Hello."
Oh, hi. I'm looking for some very particular spell components.
Oh, sure. What are you looking for?
Well, first of all, I'm looking for something to summon familiars, which I used to know everything for, but now I've completely forgotten.
Oh, right. You're looking for incense, coal, and I think
some
that's it.
herbs.
Yeah.
Something.
It's basically 100 gold pieces worth of materials.
It's just 10. It just
Oh,
is
10? Okay.
10 gold worth of, and then it's the list. So I think it's 10 in total.
Yeah, it's 10 in total. No problem. And she provides you with the incense and the charcoal I believe you need. Because you already have the bowl that you require for it.
Yep. And would she already know the approximate components for the spell she's working on?
It's been a while since we talked about it. I know it was a gem worth something.
It was, I believe, an emerald worth 100 gold and a piece of iron.
She would have the iron, but not the emerald. You'd have to go to a jeweler.
Well, a jeweler for the emerald, yep. Well, Aphria will definitely pick up the iron as well.
Okay, it comes in iron filings, so you might want to. It comes in a small like metal container full of iron filings. You'd probably have to have this melted down later.
Okay, that's not the
but
hardest thing in the world.
that'll run you the material cost that I told you before.
I don't remember the material cost. You just said iron. So.
Iron, so probably 5 gold worth of iron.
Okay.
So it's a bit of iron, so yeah. You could probably melt this down into like a bracelet or something.
Okay, so
that's how much iron.
Yeah. So then she'll pick up 4 find familiar worth, so 40 gold, so 45 gold in total, coming out of the party funds, because she actually does not have that much money, but she's also being a little spiteful towards Les, so.
I'm trying to save us money.
Well, you have a bard who does wizard things. There will be no money.
Someone needs to stick that gold in for her then.
She's at least not dipping too far in. It's for stuff that everyone can use eventually.
What are you doing, Boulder?
So, I go up to the magic person, or whoever the shopkeep is. I usually don't dally in this voodoo, poof magic, fireball stuff. But I recently had 2 of the things I love taken away from me. One has been replaced. Do you have anything
You guys
that
got me
can
Rogaine?
regrow hair?
She takes a deep breath in, looking up and down at you, and goes, "I can see that you had something somewhat special, I guess. Come in the morning, 5 gold pieces in advance. We'll see if we can't fix that."
I will be back first thing. I give her the 5 gold.
Okay. She pockets it and then makes a note in her little ledger.
I'm low on gold.
You got plenty in the party funds.
You're telling me.
Anything else from the shop? There's quite a bit in this shop.
Ophia's just going to also make a cursory glance, just kind of for spell scrolls or anything else that she might find interesting.
For the most part, this place is full of weapons.
Weapons are good.
There doesn't appear to be any armor. There's a bunch of weapons around of various types, including darts, battle axes, a sling, a halberd, a great axe, a whip even. Of scrolls, there doesn't appear to be anything really.
Okay.
If I get a whip, should I
she'll-
Tarzan with my jumping boots?
Watch out for that tree.
But
Here, then Ophelia will just wait for Volgar to finish up and kind of, let's go find Les and the others. I need to talk to them about something before I spend more money.
I got a quick question. I'm trying to figure out how to add an item in this. So, what was the knocker nut deafens an enemy with his save DC of 10 of what?
12 Constitution.
Oh, was it 12?
12 Constitution,
12 con.
and it has to hit them.
You have to, it's like a rock.
Yep.
Or it's like literally any other attack I've got.
Is it reusable?
No.
No. I assumed it was like I was picturing a Deku nut.
I tell Ophelia if she's worried about spending too much money, she just let me punch people like Les does.
Oh my gosh, no.
No, we're doing
We're not
business.
robbing people. Okay.
I never said rob. I just said discount.
He just said we're gonna punch people if we're running out of money. That sounds like robbing. It sounds like it's
It's
literally a
not.
mug.
It's not
Mugging.
robbing. It's called bartering.
It's called-
It's called liberating money.
It's called
No,
bargaining. My
no,
fist
no.
for your money.
No. See, here's the thing. We never hit him. We never took his money. We just made a few overt threats, and we gave him money, just less than what he wanted.
Whatever, just
Let's just go.
we're going to talk to them because this is a very important spell component that could easily help one of us, especially if I can put it together correctly.
I just stare
So-
blankly. She's talking mumbo jumbo about spells. So.
It's like
Let's
food,
go find the
Volgar.
others.
You gotta mix everything together just right. Simple as that.
Well, tell me how to cook.
Maybe. It's the same concept. Only usually
So
if you mess up,
Ophia's
the
going to go
magic
off
will
and
blow
try
up.
to run into everybody else.
It's not too hard. Most people are kind of sticking to the road. They're not willing to venture too far away from it. Seeing how shabby it gets the further away from the road in any direction you get.
And I was thinking about trying to find another cookbook. Because all I have is Hardy
In
cookbook.
this shanty town?
You never know.
Rat stew?
Go ahead and
Cricket
make
on a stick?
an investigation check.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I was cocked. 12.
12. You spend 3 hours or so because you're pretty determined about this. Looking around.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. You keep ending up back at that lady who's selling interesting herbs and nuts.
Well, that's quite nutty.
Once Ophelia sees the group, she'll, kind of walk over and go, "So, I need to run something by everybody before I go find somebody who sells jewels.
Oh, what kind of jewels do you need? I've got a sapphire.
I need an emerald."
Well, I mean, if you think about it, technically, I looked this up. Emeralds are sapphires, they're just green. It's all the same thing, corundum, just saying.
I mean, true, but I don't think you have 100 gold worth of it.
I don't know, I forget how much the sapphires are worth. And I don't know how to find
We
them.
don't.
So, I doubt it.
Just trust me, we don't.
Okay.
So I've been working on this on the road, and I finally feel at least, I feel like I figured out enough of it. I'm attempting to make a spell that can help reflect other spells back at people, as well as maybe boost some AC for a round or so. It'd be an interesting spell. I've already got the iron for it, and it takes also about 100 gold worth of an emerald to cast. But if you can successfully reflect a spell, you should be able to bounce it off toward the person who cast it at you, or somebody else.
Now, here's a question. Does it consume the emerald, or is the emerald just as a focus?
It's a focus.
Okay.
So you're asking me to go steal an emerald?
No, she's asking.
Uh,
No, she's asking me to go steal an emerald.
Oh,
Jeez, God.
Thanks for explaining that to me. That makes
Oh
so much
my
more sense.
gosh.
You're the
Usually-
distraction. You're the
Yeah.
front office.
You're the bull in the china shop.
Okay, let's go do this.
All right. Where's the emerald?
I'm not asking anybody to steal an emerald.
Oh.
I'm saying
She is
Probably
not
have to
asking you to
get-
steal the emerald.
we'll probably have to dip into the party loot to get to the emerald.
The First National Bank of the Battle Wagon.
Battle Wagon and Sons.
Yeah, Battle Wagon and Sons. I mean, I'm just saying there are ways to liberate things. Is all I'm saying. But if you wanna spend, let's see how we. Okay, how about this? Let's go talk to the jeweler and let's see how haggly we can get,
And then we'll
Okay.
steal it.
and then we'll steal. All right,
I get you what discount we can get.
let's go haggle.
I'm good at haggling.
Okay.
I'm good at haggling.
I'm good with discounts.
Yeah. Well, don't hurt anybody.
I don't
This
want to
is
hurt
kind of
anybody.
for everybody else, so I
Fine,
guess.
if
I think she's talking to you, Volgar.
Fine, we won't hurt anybody in front of you.
There we go.
Oh, that does not bode well for my confidence. But okay, let's go.
Hey, you have plausible deniability. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stand behind you the whole time she's talking.
Except, if Tabaxi was seen stealing, I don't think we can say, no, not this Tabaxi, obviously.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I can just charm a person.
I'm too, and I got Franz.
Oh, wait, I have also something else.
Oh, I can put people to sleep. We figured that out.
Okay.
I completely forgot about this thing.
Let's
And
go
I can
find
deafen
the
5
jeweler.
people, so let's do this.
Just let me spend 1 minute with them.
Yeah, let's go find a jeweler and see what we even have as option to us.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation check or charisma check.
Charisma, because I'm good at that. Or at least better than investigation.
That's a bad idea.
That's going to be a 16.
16. Looking around, there doesn't appear to be any jeweler of any reputable note that you can see. Everything is either like really too small or, not what you're looking for. But you do notice a small band of performers.
Oh, well, that's exactly what we were looking for. Great.
Okay.
There seems to be a very small carnival being set up.
Okay. Let's check that out.
Sorry, it was something of note. You're just over there chuckling.
You said a very small carnival. I managed just like half. It comes up to like my waist, just a bunch of halflings, like a really small, actual, like literally small carnival.
No, but
That's what I was
as you're
picturing.
like laughing at the thought of a small carnival, one of the things appears to be a shooting gallery that is being set up. It's a very large, collapsible structure.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to collapse into 2 wagons that are then latched together,
Okay.
as when they after they expand, with a large crank. There are 2 dwarves and a half elf,
Okay.
manning this shooting gallery.
What? Okay. Okay. Well, let's approach it.
Well,
and see what
they're currently setting it up.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly set up. Looking at it, it expands pretty far back because the structure breaks. The wooden structure is separated by huge foldable bits of wood that expands it out further.
Yeah.
Then latches onto the next wagon, which then has more foldable wood screens scrolling back.
Okay.
Inside, looking at it, there appears to be false wooden stumps and wires running across the back of it on pulley systems of grand design. looking at it, they all seem to hook up to chains, which then hook up to this one large crank system, which a surly-looking dwarf is just like, just resting his arms up against.
Okay.
Several other bits of this small time carnival are starting to set up as well. You see a booth which has this giant metal cauldron where they're starting to melt some sort of like candy solution, and they've got apples with small carved sticks jutting into them to dip into candied apples.
Yeah.
Several other events. There appears to be like a strongman competition.
So let's do it.
There's definitely a table with U-bend armrests for arm wrestling. Another event appears to be one of those hammer, you hit the spot and it sends the weight up the plank.
Yeah, doing that.
Like, all right. So we're not ready until later tonight. Come back in like 3 hours when the sun goes down.
3 hours at when?
I want to hit something.
All right. Well, save your copper or your gold. Just save it till the sun goes down.
Copper or your gold? Excuse me. I'm not made of money. Save my copper
I think
though.
that's fair.
All right. Well, we didn't find an emerald, but we found a distraction.
You never know.
Well, that's something. Let's find a place to bed down then, and wait out the time.
Why don't we just wait in our carriage? Where's our carriage? Or is there a tavern floating around somewhere?
There does appear to be a few
A tavern of sorts.
taverns. There is a few stables. The stable fees for this area is going to run you 5 silver a day.
What about night?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for that, we're going to take a short break.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Cool.
Hi, this is Chris from Cats and Crowbars. I hope you have a cat-tastic day while listening to this podcast.
Alright, and we're back. So, there is a very small little festival carnival setting up. What would you guys like to do?
10?
While they're setting up,
Oh.
just have to waste a few hours. I want to go to one of the seedier caverns.
Of course.
Okay. There's plenty of those around. Some of them are little carts that have jars just full of questionable liquid for sale.
Nah, I need to go actually find an actual tavern. Where's some of the most, where there might be some real shady people.
Are you looking for shady people?
Yes.
Okay. Just come out and see.
Your choice, investigation or charisma check.
Ooh. That hair adds +6.
We're gonna go with. What was my investigation? We're gonna go with charisma.
What's my investigation? Oh, charisma.
21. Or no, wait, is that 13? Or am I? No, that is 19. Yeah, 21.
Charisma or
22.
Perception.
That's charisma.
Okay, just chatting people up, being, amongst the seedy people, looking as grubby as you do. You get told about Dippers, which is a little bit further away from the gate. About a mile away from the gate.
Okay. I go there.
Okay, are you letting anybody know, or you just go by yourself?
I'll let Les know. If like Les, I got an idea. I think I've been making awfully upset lately. I want to do her a favor. So I was told where I could maybe find some people that could help me out to find her emerald. You all right. So yeah, taking him with me.
Okay.
I hate being an enabler.
But that's what the majority when a bard is an enabler.
So you go to the making your way around. You get lost a little bit. There's no organization whatsoever. There's no streets. There's just gaps between tents, whatever lean-tos they could make against structures that seem to be more permanent than others. Carts that are tipped over and then pressed up against another cart and then boarded together to make some kind of structure. Others that are obviously were once carts but were actually properly torn down and then the lumber used to make something. Those are the good-looking ones.
Nice.
Those become less frequent the farther away you get from the gate. About a mile going through, you find a well, which is one of the landmarks that you were told to look for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very well kept well, and there appears to be 3 thugs just strong arm, just looking around and mean mugging anybody approaches. There seems to be whispers anytime somebody approaches, and you don't see coin pass between them, but there's obviously some kind of motion and a movement to the pocket, and then the bucket can be used.
Okay, I approach him.
Those guys, or are you just going to continue on?
Oh, is that okay?
That was describing a landmark.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I continue on then.
Okay. Just slightly beyond that, there is a small, clear opening. A small amount of organization seems to have been sprung up in this area, and then you see dippers.
Is that a person or a place?
It's somewhat organized structure in the midst of chaos. It is obviously made of recycled materials, but it is actually well constructed for the most part. Wherever possible, any gaps in between the woods have been sealed with some kind of mud, adobe, or wax. Cloth has been draped over various walls on the interior as you enter in through a very much like the Wild West movies. You see the swinging doors that are only a half gate. Inside, it's earthen, crushed peanut shells litter the bottom. Crunches that you hope are peanut shells, but might not be. Inside, barrels are the tables. Small crate boxes are your seats. Several crates have been nailed together with haphazard boards with planks run across the top of them to make a bar. And a very much shed style hillbilly setup.
All right. I go up to the bar. Try to talk to the bartender.
Yep. Continuing on with the description, greasy oil lamps hang down in just a mixed match of styles. Obviously torn from mansions, cottages, a couple of lanterns that you recognize from the outside of traveling wagons and carriages. What greets you behind the counter, just as greasy, a human with blackened teeth, black hair, slicked over, not quite covering the eye, but covering a massive scar running down the whole side of his face, running from the top right to the bottom left. He's missing an ear. on his right side. He's trying to grease over his hair to cover that side more. He also appears to have been missing a finger or two. He keeps moving his hands and tucking them under so you can't tell which fingers are missing, or at least maybe that's why he keeps hiding his hands.
Yeah, what can I help you with?
So I did some asking around, and I was told that this was the place to come to find someone who could get hard to come by items.
He narrows his eyes. Make a persuasion check.
Hey.
You're aiding how?
How should I?
You can say something to aid, or...
I'm just thinking what I should say.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Sorry for the long pause.
Yeah, this is really hard to think.
Well, while you're thinking, what are you guys up to, Cosmo?
I don't know. We're awfully. Where are we?
Well, Aquia would spend an hour resummoning Switch as a ferret,
Okay.
and then would start walking around looking for those historical items that she's always looking for.
Okay, make an investigation check or a charisma check. No, this would be just straight investigation because you don't want.
Yeah, this is just investigation. I was just going to say, I don't think charisma's going to help because she can't talk about everything she's looking for. That is a 18.
18. Looking around, there doesn't appear to be much trade in this shantytown for historical artifacts.
So not even like hints at anything.
Looking
from
around,
that.
this appears to be full of people who cannot gain access beyond the Windshire Wall, and while turned away, didn't have the means, funds, or will to travel back to where they came from. So they kind of deposited themselves on this side of the wall.
Yeah, so there's no extra bits of strange tapestries, no strange bits of jewelry.
Anything
no
that would
books.
be that kind of thing has been sold for booze or, burned in one of the many fires that keep them warm at night. This is not a very cultured place.
Okay.
You have
Well,
anything you're looking
that's
for, Chris?
Kind of what she
All of
does.
them, some
Not making it obvious as to what she's looking for, but that's what she does.
Yeah, nothing of culture around here.
Okay.
We are just wandering, taking in the sights, breathing in
Yeah,
the
but
sun.
she does have. But she does have switchback, so I would say that she'd also be sending just kind of switch, around like the very edges of the roads and stuff like that. Just kind of looking for anything minor, discarded, weird things that he might come across.
Okay, I'll get to that later. Do you figure out which one, Chris?
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say to him. So, you came highly recommended due to from a select group of individuals who said that you are a patron of people who can find either obscure or able to obtain items of a less reputable reputation.
All right, now you can make your persuasion with advantage.
That's cocked. Yeah, no, you're going to take that one.
Yeah. Nat 20. So what was it, Nat 20 you do?
You add you have what you have for persuasion, then you add proficiency again.
So that'd be 25.
All right, and you're looking for again?
An emerald. We're, looking for a good sized emerald. One that normally would cost, a good sized emerald. How would we put this? It's 100. But, one that normally would run around 100 gold, but see what I could get from my other friends that you may know.
All right. He seems to think over. He places a finger on one of his blackened teeth, and it like indents in, and you grimace, and he doesn't seem to notice.
No, I do. He probably doesn't.
You're right. Jewel for jewel.
You gonna take the jewels?
What kind of jewel would you like?
Well, there's a particular pretty gem I'd like. Been eluding me for a while. You get it for me. I'll get this for you.
Okay. Where can I find this jewel?
She is
Oh, God.
a washer maid.
Oh no.
About 1.5 miles south of here.
I can only help you so
Red
much with this,
hair.
man.
Yeah. Look, man.
Red hair.
Here's some cologne. Good luck.
Keeps a lilac in just tucked behind the left ear. She's refused me a few times,
Bro, everything's nice.
but she doesn't seem to understand how much I love her.
Okay. Well, I can go see what I can do.
Bring her before me, and we'll have a deal. Well, trade for trade.
This will be easy.
All right. I will be back.
Put her to sleep. Bring her in. Done.
No, I think I have a funny idea.
Just
I would do great.
Just hit her really hard over the head.
So we get directions from them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she-
1.5 miles down, washer maid, red hair, lilac, left ear.
All right. With you guys otherwise busy, what is Cosmic and Squeege
No,
up
it's already a
to?
little dirty.
I mean,
I don't
like
know,
like
what
like
are
I
we
s-
up to?
It's
said,
for the
we're just
greater
kind
good.
of wandering around waiting for the whatever to open up. Nothing. The carnival aren't really doing anything special, are we?
But it's
No.
somewhat entertaining.
I mean,
I want to go to the carnival.
well, the carnival's not open yet, is it?
The carnival will be opening soon. This is all of this has been taking a little while.
I would say that we're just sitting outside the carnival waiting, not doing anything specific, just kind of people watching and waiting for our friends to come back, because I assume they'll come back eventually. You can focus on them. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. Ophlia, nothing really catches your attention. Are you guys gonna go now, or are you gonna wait for tomorrow?
Oh, I'll go now. I want to surprise her. She'll be so happy.
Yo, girl, I got your true love ready and waiting.
All right,
Not that one.
go ahead
Oh,
and
her.
make an
Okay.
investigation check.
Both of us?
Yeah,
18.
18,
10.
10. Looking around in the area that he described, there's no washer women or men or people at all. It seems that they've all gone in for the night. Unfortunately, at this point in time, that seems to be a dead end.
Okay. Well, guess we go back to the carnival and find her in the morning.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find her at the carnival.
Maybe we'll find her at the carnival, yeah.
There could be multiple girls with that lilac that we probably grabbed the wrong one on. Never know.
All right, you guys make your way back. By the time you guys get back, it's 9 o'clock. The sun's gone down. Ophlia, all of you have all met up around the area that this impromptu or small carnival is starting to set up.
Yeah. As Ophlia sees Les and Volgar, she kind of does like the whole holds switch out like the kid does with the cat, or the back feet are dangling. She's like, "Look who I got back!"
Yeah. when Switch came back to you, Switch is carrying what looks to be a baby sock and
Switch is a free elf.
and what looks to be a pair of eyeglasses.
Okay, she's just put those like in her bag because she just figures those are little treasures to
Yeah,
use.
when you put them in the bag, Switch starts trying to dig into your backpack.
Okay.
I bring them back out.
Switch like just happily like grabs the sock and starts running around you.
It's too cute. She's just watching him, letting him do his little fairy chaos.
All right, you guys are all together.
All right.
Somewhere off in the distance, you see Svenny like just staring at the caramel apples starting to come out. She's not buying anything. She's just looking at the process.
You like what you see, Svenny?
Oh, hello.
Hi, Svenny. You like what you see?
Yes, I don't think I've had these.
They're just apples with some sweet on the outside. That's all. Nothing special.
How much for one?
You asked the so the gnome and the human both manning it both turn to you with white cloths over the hair, pulling it back. They're like, candied apples are 3 copper. Caramel apples are 5 copper.
Oh, Svenny, you hear that? You can afford that, right? You put people in the ground for a living. Lots of people die all the time.
Candy or caramel, Svenny?
What?
Which one would you like?
There's the difference.
One is sweet and one is sweeter.
Oh, sweet.
Mm.
Caramel it is. So mark off the 5 copper.
Oh, and also as everyone comes back, Offie will hand out 10 gold to everybody, doing the mom thing.
Oh.
So everybody gets 10 extra gold.
Squeege, we got our allowance, Squeege. Aren't you excited?
Oh boy, I can't wait to spend my $5.
Doubled my wallet.
Double.
Yeah, to be fair,
way more than
it-
double
it
mine.
is- Yeah, to be fair, this is just carnival money, so.
Oh, okay.
I went from 6 silver to 10 gold.
Damn it.
Right? I mean, a gold is basically $100, so
Oh, thanks,
Oh, wow.
Mom.
yeah, it's a big allowance.
All right.
So amongst the attractions, you see this shooting gallery that is now being manned by 2 disgruntled-looking dwarves and a half elf and.
So, 2 DDs and a key.
Right. You also see what looks to be a arm wrestling match competition and a strongman competition where you slam a hammer against a weight
Sign me up.
or a
I'm winning.
lever. Which one are you going for?
We'll do the arm wrestling first.
All right. So there's also there's a small crowd already gathering around. Let us change music from Will Savino back to Roll20.
I'm excited for the carnival music.
Suddenly it's like this horrible, scary carnival, and
Yeah.
it suddenly shifts to black and white.
Basically.
And a black tent appears, and nobody knows why.
That'll be fine.
And then I just pick up my papers and go home.
Now, Chris knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. That's why I say go home.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, bye.
So, as people begin to gather, there's oohs and ahs and uhs and the slam of wrist on wood as I. All right, we've got another champion. Move on. Who's next? And people are me, pick me, my lord, me, my lord.
Number 3, my lord.
Yeah.
Wait, number 3, my lord.
All right, as you push your way forward, you watch as this big, surly man, human, roughly your height, slightly less than your build, steps up. The current person wiping off of her chin stubble and faint mustache, this dwarven woman with equally glorious locks just tied into this tight braid down the back.
Jealous. She is sexy.
Alright, so who else is coming up?
I'll take you.
Whoa!
Fuck yeah!
God.
And
Maybe-
he's spittle just
Yeah. Maybe after.
Oh!
Don't get cocky! Alright, so
He
Oh!
can be as cocky as he wants, but as strong as he is. And I'm inspiring.
Alright, so you're now inspired, which you can also use on top of your GM inspiration if you so choose at some point.
Mine has a time.
It's alright, so here we go. You guys put your elbows right here on the rests. Don't take them off the rests. If any of you come off the rest, you're disqualified. If the other one knocks your knuckles to the other side, you're disqualified and lose. Understand the rules. Don't go until I say go.
Got it.
Alright, walk up. Alright, pissant. Here we go.
God, you have beautiful eyes.
God, you're a scrubby fuck.
Hey, I'm better looking than you.
Who has the bigger mustache? That's what I want. Okay.
Her, because he doesn't have one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, as you grip, you both try and do the bend the wrist over the top kind of stupid trick. And then finally, you're starting to strain, but, you're not actually going. You're just trying to feel each other out. And then you hear, "Gah!" And then she goes, "Hur!" And make an athletics check.
You need a D6 before you say anything.
Don't need to say that. So that is a 21.
21. You start pushing her back. She's roughly at, from her position, the 2 o'clock position. She's starting to grit down and goes, "Alright, you got something." And then next round, go. Athletics check.
Ooh.
So that is a...
Used inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is inspiration. So that's a 17.
17. She's and she starts pushing you back. So you're now back at the 12 o'clock position. He goes, "I got you."
Do this for your glorious hair.
All right.
Can I inspire her
If you
again?
don't win, you're gonna lose all your hair.
No.
Oh.
All of your hair. What's left of it, you mean?
That is a 24.
So do it for the glorious hair.
24. You're you just go, and you start pushing her back to the 2 o'clock. She's like, her muscles are starting to bulge heavily.
Get a natural 20 and you snap her arm.
You just
Oh,
rip her
no!
off.
Speaking of which,
What is it?
Natural 1.
Natural
He's gonna
1.
snap
So
his
roll
arm.
roll a d4 and subtract it from your total.
2. So my total would have been... So that'd be a 7 total.
Okay. She as weak your one of your muscles twanged and shifted out of position, and you faltered for a second, almost sliding your arm out of the rest. and she took that moment to slam you back to it, but she couldn't gain any more ground. It appears that she was also having problems at that moment.
Did you also roll a 1?
No, I didn't roll a 1, but I rolled really low.
I rolled really low. Alright, let's
Alright,
see
next athletics check.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's good.
23.
Ooh.
You push her back roughly to like the 2.5 position. Not much gain than normal. Switching dice though.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, you're getting it now.
It's over now.
16.
16. You push her down to like the 4 o'clock.
Come on.
It's like, oh, it's almost
Finish her.
there.
Finish
Just-
her off.
ah!
Finish her off. You can do it.
One last one, go.
I can't see that one.
That is a 17.
17. She's just slamming her other hand, just gritting.
She tapped out.
No, she pushes it back up to the 2.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
21.
21. Back down. She's
Come on.
just
Moment of truth.
it's almost there, man. One more good push.
Oh,
There we
yes.
go.
There you go.
27.
Just
Boom. The
There
table
you go.
shakes.
Bang.
Everything lifts off the table a second.
Yeah.
I
Half
keep
an
hitting
inch.
padding. Slams like fuck. And oh, and you know you hear the passing of coin around everybody. It's like, all right, we've got a new champion. It's like, here you go. Here's a small pot. You gained about 10 gold pieces.
Oh.
I tell the dwarf lady, I'm like, I'm gonna finish beating all the rest of these people, but if you want to meet up a
I'm
little
coming
later,
for you next.
we can have some more challenges.
You want a rematch?
Make a persuasion check.
We want a rematch is what you should have said. Come on.
19.
19.
She'll think about it.
She doesn't say no, but she doesn't say yes. She just
That
kind
means
of
it's a
like, and then she just kind of walks off, like trying to be like, you know, strong and brave.
She's actually a delicate flower underneath all that armor.
All right, let's move on. Anybody else playing a game? There's
I'm gonna go to the shooting gallery.
okay. At the shooting gallery, you see the half elf and these 2 dwarves. One of them is in the back, kind of behind like this like screen that you can
You
like
hold the
see in
hammer,
the
I'll
back
hold you.
that's got like a bunch of holes in it. And he
Wait,
seems
but
to
I'm
be
strong.
doing
That's
something
why
back
you hold
there.
the hammer and I'm swinging
The
you.
other dwarf up at the front has like both of his arms resting on
idea.
this massive crank that has this huge like 3-foot rod jutting out the side of it that he's got his arms resting out of. It looks like he's supposed to like grab it and then like turn the crank. So, hello, what can I do for you? Welcome to the King's Shooting Gallery, otherwise known as the Hunter's Mark.
That's a little corny. So what's the purpose of the game here?
So, here we are at the Hunter's Mark. You take this short bow, right? As she hands you this short bow that is obviously not like supposed to be a weapon of war. It is obviously some kind of child's toy. But it has a real arrow attached to it. Its spring is not quite right. Your job is to take these 5 arrows and score as high as possible as you can. Alright? There are 5 intervals across this. 1 at the close range, 1 at the second range, 1 at the medium range, 1 at the long range, and 1 at the far range. Alright? If you manage to do that... Oh, sorry. My apologies, I did it wrong. There is 1 close, 2 mediums, and a far range. And then the 5th one, if you manage to get the other 4, is the special range. You see that stump in the middle? If you manage to get those 4 targets, that 5th one will pop up. You have a snap second to hit your mark like a true hunter.
So what prizes are there?
So, you get 1.
What do I get?
Yeah, you get 1. You get half your monies back. You get 2. You get your full monies back.
Oh, that sounds easy.
Hit 3, double your monies back. You hit 4,
Follow the buddies.
you hit 4, you get a total of 10 gold back. You hit 5, you hit that special hunter's mark. You get this, and she reaches up above it and pulls down this crossbow.
It's a stuffed animal.
This crossbow is unusual. You've never seen something like this. It appears to be 2 crossbows kind of haphazardly melded into one. This is called the double biter.
Do it, Daddy needs a new crossbow.
You see this crossbow? You can load 2 crossbows into it at once, or 2 bolts into it
Nope,
at
we're
once.
shooting crossbows now.
It's like Fallout when you duct tape your pistol to your other pistol.
Exactly.
I've never played that game.
Oh, you really
yes,
should.
yeah. Now, I will say, we're still working on the design, but the second crossbow bolt tends to hit generally where the first one does. So what do you say?
I'll give it a shot.
So, it's 2 gold per go.
Alright.
Alright. She's like, alright, Denny, start the crank. He goes, right. As he grabs it, and he's just, it's like slow at first, and he's like,
You know,
as the chain catches like all the slack, pulling it taut, you start hearing wood planks just tink, 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 as cables that were slack across it that you didn't notice before begin to tighten, and then the first set, there is 1 target. Well, there's several targets at the close range going. She goes, alright, you only need to hit 1. Roll to hit with this bow.
I was going to ask why that one dwarf was so angry, but that sounds really rough. I get it now.
So I count as like using a normal short bow?
Yeah, it's a short bow.
Dex plus proficiency then? Okay. That'll be a flat 20.
Flat 20. You just immediately just... You wait for the 3rd target and... Twink! And she goes, excellent! And then she slaps this little paddle on the side that you didn't notice before. It compresses, and you hear... And you hear, fuck!
Yeah, okay, I get
As
it
the
now.
next set of gears engages, and he's like struggling until he finally gets it back up to speed. And then you start seeing as the first set of targets disappear, the second set of targets start to appear much farther away down this. And you're starting to realize that despite how this is only like 2 carts like put together to make a shooting gallery, the amount of filler in between, like of the planks and the screens and everything, this whole lot is probably like 120 feet long, which is beyond the range of this short bow.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
And you're starting to feel kind of bad for this dwarf, because as the 50-foot mark targets start going.
Alright.
There we go, that's Carnivale.
Yeah. Alright, roll it.
That's a 13.
13. Tink. It lands somewhere in a wooden civilian placard in the back. He goes, "Oh, tough luck. Keep going." As he's like, it's still the same row of targets.
14.
Yeah. You're a little nervous. You barely catch the edge of that second row of targets as it goes tink, and you hear ching, 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 and it goes right next, tink. And it's like, fuck! But it's not as much as that one. The 60-foot row targets start coming out now.
That's cocked. That's 11.
11. Misses.
Okay. So, last shot?
Last shot. Come on, this is for double your money.
Nope. It's 11.
11. Oh, but here's your money back, sir.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
Go again.
You want to try your luck again? As the dwarf is finally going, fuck no.
Sorry, bud. Do it again.
Doing it again.
Shite.
Pats him on the back and says, I think you got this one, and we'll give him an inspiration.
All right, Ophelia comes up and taps at you, and you suddenly feel inspired as she pulls a crank from behind it, and she goes, all right, come on, Denny, keep going. It's like, fuck. It's as the two rows behind just clamber back into the ceiling, and the first row comes down. And you're like, all right, keep. 12. Easy enough. These targets are so easy. They're barely moving, and there's so many of them. You don't quite hit bullseye, like you hit third ring on it, but it's still enough to score. You say, clang, ching! And it's like, all right, next one. And she hits the paddle, and those rise up into the ceiling, and the next row, around 50 feet, come down. Fuck. 7? Nope, this bow's kind of janky. Fires. And just off into the background. What'd you get?
That's 9.
9. Again. Sails off into the distance. Fuck.
17.
17. Bullseye. Ting. As she hits the paddle, and the 60-foot markers come down as the 50 muns go up. You still haven't hit the 100-footers that are in the back.
Nope, that's an 11.
Last, that one goes. You got, I believe, one more?
No, I think that was 5.
That was 5? Okay. He starts slowing down. He's just letting the continual motion just keep going. All right.
I'll give him a break.
Yeah, you only got the one, right?
No, I
We got 2.
All right, you got your money back.
I don't feel like being an asshole to that guy.
You didn't use your inspiration.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Oh, okay.
At the end.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
good.
Anybody else? Hunter's mark.
How about somebody with a higher dexterity tries going for it?
What is it Dex? Are we doing Dex?
No, the bow is a dex.
It's a short bow.
So it's Dex plus
Proficiency.
Proficiency's 3. Okay. I mean, I can give it a whirl, I suppose.
I was doing with a +5. Because I have 2 dex.
Oh. I can give it a whirl if that poor soul over there is okay with that. I'll take that.
He'll be fine. Step right up. Put your 2 gold down.
All right. I slapped the 2 gold down. Does anyone want to give me an inspiration just in case? All right. Thanks, guys.
Why not? I'll give you 1.
All right, you got one inspiration.
Sick.
If I can do this, you can do better.
That's what you think.
All right.
We should get this guy up there doing that.
Yeah, no, right. 19.
19. Easily enough. The very first one, as it just comes down and then moves slightly a foot, you just ping, took. As it goes up, it goes, oh! And she slaps it, and it goes, slides back up, and the next one at the 50-footer.
Alright. 12.
12. Sails pass.
16.
Second one. Ping! Hits it. As the third set goes down.
13 again. Or not again. 13.
Misses.
Alright. Last one?
Yep.
Yeah. 16. Well, I guess I can roll the inspiration real quick too. Oh, yeah, okay. 17.
Hits.
Oh.
Oh!
There's 2
third
more
line.
gold at least.
So you've got 4 gold to your name, and she hands you 4 gold.
That'll work.
Anybody else? Try again. 2 gold to play.
2.
We might swing back around. I think
Yeah.
we've got a lot of the rest of the carnival
There
to
it
look
goes.
at.
Yeah. We'll come back later. This is fun.
Yeah. The music ended perfectly.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys move on.
Is there anything else other than the strength, the feat of strength,
Yeah, the 2 feats of strength and
and then
and then the
gun
test of accuracy.
Okay, gotcha.
It's kind of like a small troop. Like looking at them, it looks like they were once part of a bigger band, but they didn't either didn't make it or they broke apart at some point. Or
Are there any bards?
Yeah, there's 2.
Yeah.
make a persuasion or no a perception check.
She just
There
lifts.
does appear to be like music playing occasionally, but
Imagine she just lifts the viola and just starts strumming it to see if anyone pays attention.
Call the bard. What was it? A perception?
Yeah.
That was perception of 16.
16. You're like there's a small crowd starting to gather up. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be much. You're starting to feel a little frustrated that you can't find what you're looking for. There's so many people here, and just nothing that you're looking for. No gem dealers. Nobody dealing in history or anything.
And there's nobody telling stories and nobody singing.
Nope. And as you huff, there's a clasp on your shoulder, and you look over, and there's a red dragonborn hand, and you hear a whisper in your ear, "Little Lavarde," and we're gonna call it a night.
Sick. Yes. That's how that works.
No!
Yep. I'll see you later. All right. I'll see you after the deployment. Bye, everyone.
She's going to kill you.
No! The distortion in the audio was perfect.
Screams no and abyssal or abysmal.
Abysmal for you.
She starts screaming everything abysmal.
All right. Well,
I love the cliffhanger.
until we next meet, hopefully here shortly, but possibly not. I'm Daniel the Dungeon Master, and this has been Cats and Crowbars.